There are 4 psychic abilities that you can have. Which one do you have? You're gonna find out right now. So psychic gift number 1. This is the most obvious gift, okay? So everybody's gonna kind of go, oh, obviously. But this one is clairvoyance, and this is connected to your third eye, right? So the third eye is really that chakra up here, the third eye. It's a vortex. It's an energetic vortex, and it's connected to the pineal gland within the head. And the pineal gland releases chemicals. It releases hormones, and from my understanding, it releases melatonin, and melatonin helps you sleep and it gives you visions. And then also what I've heard, I'm not a scientist, is it releases DMT. And if it doesn't, let me know down in the comments below and tell me more if you know. I do know that when you work with this chakra, this third eye chakra, it enhances your ability to see, to have visions. And that's why when people meditate, right, they meditate and it opens the third eye so that they actually get more visions. They have more vivid dreams, for instance. And that's why. It's because that chakra is your clairvoyance chakra. And so I do something because I am not a natural seer, okay? I read tarot cards, I'm all these other ones, but I'm not a natural clairvoyant called a seer. A seer can see things. They'll see images. They'll see, like, for instance, my mom's a seer, okay? And so she'll see visions, like she'll see someone doing something and she'll be like, oh, this person's doing this. Or for instance, she saw somebody before they had left town, she saw them leaving town, like walking away with a backpack on. So she would see visions like that, and just naturally she would know that something's happening because of the vision she gets, right? Now I can tap into my clairvoyance with a technique that I call third eye bridging. And bridging is a term that we use in hypnosis. As a hypnotist, I bridge people into in through a doorway. When I have them hypnotized, like they'll be visualizing things and I'll have them bridge through a doorway, or I'll have them bridge through maybe going down like a staircase and then a doorway. So that's what we call bridging. It's where you're kind of bridging them from one place to another so that they can access more of their unconscious memories. So when you are meditating and you go into that deeper trance state, that deeper meditative state where your brain waves are going lower and you're in a more relaxed state, you can actually use bridging yourself. And all you have to do is imagine you're on like a staircase and that you're walking down, and you just imagine you're doing this. And then you imagine there's a door and you walk through that door, right? And when you do this, you can go into a place that's, beautiful to you. You could go to a beach or maybe a wooded area with a creek. Like, you can just imagine whatever you want. And that would be bridging into a place where you can get access to more information from your unconscious. You can imagine that you see your guide off in the distance or something, right? And I talk about that with y'all sometimes, but you can even just imagine that you're in this place, and then all of a sudden symbols will come to you and things will start, making sense for you. And that allows you to have visions a lot easier if you have a hard time getting to the visions, right? That's third eye bridging. So that's a good way to kind of awaken your own clairvoyance if you're not naturally clairvoyant. The second psychic ability is called clairaudience, and clairaudience actually comes through the heart chakra. A lot of people think that it comes through like the throat chakra or something, but it's actually primarily the heart chakra that you're working with when you are clairaudient. And clairaudient is about hearing. And so, naturally you're going to think that you can hear through, the throat chakra because it's connected to the ears and stuff. But when you're clairaudient, it's channeling. It's channeling information and you're interpreting it. And that information, your most intuitive information, comes through your heart chakra. The heart chakra is where you get feeling, where you get like, it's actually a chakra that is associated with air. And so it's about really gathering information in. So this is your channeling chakra. And I've opened it quite a bit, you know, in the past. Of course, it's open now. It's always open. They're always open. They just got to get contracted sometimes. But I've opened it back in the year 2000. I first opened it. And when I opened it, I started like, you know, really tapping in, and it freaked me out at first. And so I kind of shut it back down. I kind of contracted it a little bit and stopped doing my work because it freaked me out so much. And then again, in like 2011, I think it was, I was doing some meditation work and a lot of chakra work. And when I opened my heart, that is when I started hearing like the dead come through. People that were trying to contact me and other people that, you know, I'm close to. And so if you're trying to get in touch with spirits and you're trying to talk to people that have passed on, you want to open the heart chakra, because that will make you more clairaudient so that you can channel their information. And I'm telling you, the heart chakra is all about it with this one. So if you are clairaudient, that's coming through your heart chakra, and it's all about the channeling. A question that a lot of people ask me when they're asking me about channeling and, you know, opening up to spirits and hearing them and stuff, a lot of people that are new to this, it's one of those things where you're like, wait a minute, do I hear voices? Am I going to be like schizophrenic or something like that and hear voices? No, not necessarily. You're ever going to hear anything. What it is channeling. And channeling is when you're interpreting information. So all of a sudden, you have a thought come in your head that wasn't from you. You weren't thinking about something, and then it just comes in your head. That's channeling information. So you're going to get information, and then sometimes it'll come in as your own voice, but it will be faster than when you are speaking. Because when you're speaking or thinking, you're actually thinking about something and you take your time with it. But when you have like a channeling come through, and one of the things you can do is it'll just come through and it'll just be like information, or you can sit and write in automatic writing, and that is channeling information. So channeling doesn't mean that you're hearing voices, but you're interpreting the information that's coming through, and it's just coming through passively. It's not like you're actively thinking about anything. The more you meditate and the more you get your vibration up, your antenna awake, that means you're going to be able to channel easier and get more information faster. So, yeah. The third psychic ability is what we call clairsentience. And clairsentience is actually associated with your second chakra. That's your low chakra. It's called your sacral chakra, or also a sex chakra, and it's about connection. Okay, and so this clairsentience, you're able to connect with other people, you're able to connect with your higher self, and so you can feel things. You'll like feel things off of other people all of the time, and especially if you're very tuned into energy and you do energy work and stuff, that means you're very clairsentient. And when you're pulling like tarot cards using your hand, and you're using, that's what's called clairsentience, to feel the cards. Right, so clairsentience is a feeling, and it's a very physical, energetic type of feeling and working with. So, for instance, if you do Reiki, you're very clairsentient because you're tapped in with that and you're working with energy. You do pranic healing. So, for instance, I do Reiki, I've done pranic healing, I was a massage therapist, and also a martial artist and Qigong and all of that stuff. And so whenever you do all that physical type of stuff and you're reading people and you're working with people, connecting with people, that is all what we call clairsentience. And so you'll feel people's moods off of them. You will feel, if somebody's very tense or has even a negative intention towards you, sometimes you'll feel that. So you'll feel people's moods and it will actually distract you, right? That means your second chakra is very open, and it might be a little bit just too open, and maybe you need to protect yourself a little bit more, right? So with that second chakra, just know that that's your clairsentience. That's the one, the second chakra. A good thing to do with that one is a lot of tantric work. Tantric work is tantric yoga, and that is where you're clearing the chakras, and you always start with the bottom chakras. So you work with the first chakra, the second chakra, and the third chakra a whole lot, and you're always moving that energy and making it flow and clearing it out. And that what you're doing is essentially you're clearing other people's energy out as well. So other people's energy can kind of get connected to your chakras, and then that can kind of muddle things for you. So it's really good to clear those lower chakras and clear out any of the past and negativity and other people's energy and stuff, so that you can feel more easily. you know? So that's clairsentience, and it's very much feeling. The fourth and final psychic ability that I want to talk to you about is my favorite. This is called Claircognizance. And Claircognizance is one of those psychic gifts that you can really tap into with doing the type of work that I do, the tantric work, the magical ritual work, the energetic work, and everything. That actually opens you up and opens and unblocks all the chakras. And so your claircognizance can come through the crown chakra. And the crown chakra and claircognizance is all about the knowing. And the knowing is when you just know something. It's not that you really interpreted information or felt anything. It's just you have a knowing. It's like, oh my God, I know that this person I have a soul contract with, you know, I have a connection with them, and something is going to happen, you know, or it might be that you know that you're about to meet someone. I've had that happen, you know, where I knew I was about to meet someone that's a soulmate. Or maybe you see somebody and you don't really know them and you're like, oh, wow, I really know that person, right? That's just that knowing. That's claircognizance. And with that, you know, a lot of times it has to do with knowing about your own soul contracts, or, you know, things that are going to happen to you, maybe situations that are going to develop. It's just a knowing. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting one to have. And mine really kicked in when I started doing my work, when I started doing my spiritual work, when I started doing the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram and the banishing ritual of the hexagram. And then I started doing circulation body of light. And then I started doing tantra and different exercises, invoking divine light. And so all of those things, they increased my antenna. They opened everything up and made the energy move, and also expanded my aura so that I'm more of an antenna. And so I'll know when something's going to happen. It's really, really weird, but it's a pretty cool one to have. And a lot of the old tantric practitioners, you know, long time ago in the ancients, they actually had to hide in caves because they would be murdered if people found them, because they didn't think that what they were doing was right, doing tantra and opening up and being psychic. So there's a little interesting historical thing for you. But anyways, claircognizance, if you do a lot of spiritual work, a lot of energy magic like what I do, tantra, that will put you more in tune with your antenna, and you will be more in the knowing. Thank you so much for joining me. Please hit the like button below and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell for notifications on when I actually upload a video, and feel free to share with your friends. And I hope to see you in the comments. So see you next time.